Pasig is one of the well-developed cities of Metro Manila. This can be seen from how the city continues to become more urbanized as the years pass. Although if you step away from Ortigas or C5 and head to some of the older, busy streets, you would find many significant structures that represent Pasig's oldest history. Surprisingly, 4 of those potential busy streets lead to one junction. And this junction is considered to be one of the oldest town centers in the city. And it's definitely one of many that need to be preserved and promoted. Let's first focus on the convergence of these streets. This area is home to Pasig's most culturally significant structures, a historical melting pot. Immediately surrounding the area, you would find the Plaza Rizal, the Plaza Bonifacio, the Immaculate Concepcion Cathedral, the Pasig Museum, and the Bitukang Manok. The Plaza Rizal, a park with a monument of Jose Rizal, serves being a tangible structure to commemorate the national hero. This plaza took part in creating the Pueblo arrangement the Spanish implemented in the town, as it faces the Immaculate Concepcion right across, which sits at the corner of Luna Street and Caruncho Avenue. This church stands as one of the oldest structures in Pasig and is a cultural marker for the city's dominant religious roots. It's the first Marian parish in the Philippines. It has also gone through numerous occupations while being ruined and rebuilt multiple times. It was built during the Spanish era, destroyed by Chinese citizens, used by the Americans, stood still during the Japanese, and apparently, even the British had something to do with this when they invaded Pasig in 1762. Beside the plaza stands the Pasig City Museum or the Concepcion Mansion, house of former mayor Don Fortunato Concepcion. This museum continues to tell the story of Pasig and represents the city's continuing to value, preserve, and promote Pasig's roots. Now we move to the next 2 streets, Mabini Street and Sixto Antonio Avenue. Beside the museum is the fairly recently built Plaza Bonifacio. This plaza commemorates not just the hero, but the townspeople who fought in Nagsabado sa Pasig, which was the first victory of the revolution in 1896. Leading to these 2 streets is the Bitukang Manok, or now Parayan River, which has its religious roots for pilgrims and was also utilized as a hidden passage by the Katipunan for planning operations. As we head farther from the town center and into the individual streets, there is no shortage of historical structures. Preceding the City Hall along Caruncho Avenue stands the Pang-Alaalang Bantayog or the Bantayog ng Kagitingan. This honors the lives lost particularly during World War II. Back in Mabini stands the oldest bakery in Pasig, the Panaderia Dimas-Alang, which was established all the way back in 1919.
Kaya naman, hanggang ngayon, ang ginagamit pa rin nila ay yung tradisyonal na pagluluto, pugon.
Ang may-ari nito, inspirasyon niya si Jose Rizal. Kaya syempre, noong 1919, 20 years makalipas ibaril si Rizal sa Luneta, pinangalan niya ang panaderyang ito na Dimas-Alang. Trivia lang, yun ang pen name ni Jose Rizal.
Still within the plazas, albeit away from the mentioned streets, stand 2 of the oldest houses in Pasig, the Raymundo House and the Bahay na Tisa, both Spanish architecture houses. The Raymundo House is marked as the ancestral homes of the Raymundos, where 2 men from the family served as mayors. The Bahay na Tisa, on the other hand, is the oldest existing house in Pasig, as it was built in 1846 and is recognized as an important cultural property by the National Museum. In martial law, it was called the Freedom House since both pro- and anti-Marcos groups could use the house for their meetings. Much of Pasig's tangible and intangible heritage can be seen as you head down these 4 streets. And there are still so many other streets and structures in Pasig with just as much history. But the point is clear. Pasig doesn't just have its own history, it's also a key part of our national history through religion, war, and colonialism. Having a museum in the town center with all of these historical structures surrounding it is a good strategy to promote and educate citizens about the national impact and history of the city, while also letting them experience the place where they are standing on, where it all started. It truly is important for Pasigueños to be aware of our rich history and to preserve these cultural landmarks as we pass it down to the next generation, especially as Pasig continues to change and further develop.